Okay, here's going to be the start of an annoying installation because I already made brake lines for this car, as you can see. I already had lines done across, over, all this mess under the dash area, and then everything already came up and over here and routed in and all that, right? And I crossed over and all that. Well, I've decided I'm going to put a Mark 60 ABS on the car. Because I decided to do that, I had to find a place to mount it. So that's the Mark 60 right here. If you're not familiar with what it looks like, there's a lot of room to the sway bar and it doesn't look like it. I had to build, sit down here, some mounting, use this headlamp. So I had to build a mount off my battery tray. You can kind of see that there. That mount with the 3 bolts mounts to the bottom of the Mark 60, and then there's an adapter with the rubber mounts in it that mounts to the battery tray, and then there's a side brace. You can see I made that as well, that stabilizes it so it doesn't move around too much in this direction. It's actually kind of front heavy. Because it has a motor, a pump motor on the back, you'd think the back is heavy, but it's actually the front that's heavy, right? The solenoid block is inside of this area that's black. And there's a lot of information about these units around on the internet. This is a regular Mark 60, nothing fancy. This is a 811.3, so it's from like a 325. This isn't like the fancy M3 unit or the CSL or the Continental Motorsport. ABS is just the regular old junkyard. You guys can all get this too. But the struggle is going to be getting all the lines to it. So this is a 4-channel ABS, meaning it has 1 line for each wheel, but it also has 1 feed line for the front, 1 feed line from the rear. So these ports on the top, there are 4. You can see I have some rags stuck in them. There's 1 there, 2, 3, and 4. But there's also 2 on the back. I don't know if I can get in there, and you see on the back side of the pump where the 2 pieces of white paper towel are, there's 2 ports on the back, and those are to the rear lines. Actually, I lied to you. This one over here is the left front, and this one is the right rear, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, as you can probably imagine, I'm going to end up with some brake line spaghetti to make this fit. There's no easy way to do it. So this is what I chose to do for now. Since I know that, if you look down in here, those are where that bent green pipe is. That's a leftover steel pipe from the junkyard that came from the BMW. I'm going to use this space here to feed the lines from the master cylinders, I think. I'm going to go either straight up or up and immediately over this direction to the driver's side. But I had to snake, the first one was to snake this line through here. It's not touching the steering rack. I know it looks like it is, just like it's not touching the cross member right here. There's actually a good bit of clearance in there. You can see like my screwdriver, right, would fit in there. So there's some room still. It doesn't look great, but it's there. And then I just route it up here like this over to the brake line fitting for the right front. Originally I had a crossover built. It was nice. I'm kind of sad about it. That went here, followed this V, and then came up here and went that way. So it connected to this T. So I'm going to have to slowly replace basically all the pieces that I made, with the exception of the rear half of the left rear brake line. I'll get to keep that. And everything else I'll have to remake. But I figured if I don't do this now, I'm never going to want to go back and do it. So I will keep you guys posted.